Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and I do appreciate you all being here today. Thank you very much. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and subscribe. We have fun on the channel. We go live every day at 12:30, and we dig into all kinds of different topics. Today, we're going to be talking about the mental breakdown of those public servants, the powers that be, whatever you want to call it, over cryptocurrency. They can't control it and they know it. And it is hilarious to watch. There's a bunch of things that I'm going to point out, and I called this one that I was right about something, and I'm going to talk about that. You guys tell me if I'm right or wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm going to say that I definitely called this one. The reason being is because, well, we'll get into it in a minute. But first, there is a couple things I was going to point out for everybody. Actually, you know what? Let's just jump right in. Oh, there's a live chat. Say hey in the chat. And towards the end of the video, treat it as a Q&A, and what we will do is I will attempt to answer your questions as I am able to do so. So, anyways, all of that being said, let's take a look at the charts that we do every day. Today, everything is down. And we had a Bart, and then it looks like another small little Bart over here. It's crazy how that happens when you have the mega whales coming in here, and there's a bigger one and a smaller one. You have the mega whales coming in here, and they're making things volatile. Fun times, right? There's just a big up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, it's interesting enough is that the Dow is also having its fun little time as well, and they're trying to keep, I think, the Dow above value than greater than Bitcoin. That's just my personal opinion. You got the NASDAQ and you got the S&P 500 all down today. Gold is up a little bit, but silver is down a little bit. It's just kind of how it works. Divi, unfortunately, is having a interesting time, just like everything else is right now. Ethereum is up and down, just like Matic, same thing. This is all being played with, people. All being played with. When are we going to wake up and stop? The decentralized exchanges is what's important. So, what I was right about. Remember Terra Luna, UST, whatever the heck it was. The wonderful mess of a mess. It literally plummeted to nothing because BlackRock and Citadel went out to, and I did a talk on this in my Patreon in great detail. So if you're not part of the Patreon, by the way, I do that. It's a link listening. Scroll to the bottom of the screen and it's listed in the description of the video. That's where I take the gloves off, talk about things that would get these types of videos and this whole channel down. So the whole reason behind that is set a low as limit, whatever, and wish I didn't have a paywall, but there's a freedom of speech attack happening, and the only way that I've been able to figure out around it is to do that. So if you're new to the channel, or if you want to get into that type of content, go over to the Patreon. It is not much, but it is worth every bit of it. It does help the channel out too. So anyhow, the reason I'm saying I'm right about something is because I'm going to point it out right here. Crypto Meltdown is a wake-up call for many, including Congress. Really? You don't say. Meltdowns in the cryptocurrency space are common. Not really. So Luna collapsed because BlackRock, who owns shares, controlling shares, voting shares, whatever you want to call it, in just about every major corporation in the United States and the world, for that matter. Real estate, everything. Food production, media, everything. Literally everything. If you go look who in the top 10 or 20 shareholders of just about any company on the stock market, BlackRock will be listed, Citadel will be listed, Vanguard will be listed, and there's a few others. They're all buddies. They're all friends, etc. Please be mindful that when they say they didn't do it, we had nothing to do with it, they are using a subsidiary that they somehow own, sort of, in some way, form, or fashion, that is part of the decision-making process of getting it done. So when I say that BlackRock, Citadel together took out 100,000 Bitcoin loan from Gemini, took that, dumped it on the market, forcing Luna to liquidate their Bitcoin holdings, forcing a further drop in price. Well, it stopped at about $30,000. Why? Because folks like you and me aren't allowing the price to go any further lower because we're not selling anymore. No one's selling anything. The miners aren't selling anything other than what they need to cover their costs. That means the over-the-counters and the exchanges have no fresh Bitcoin to sell. They have their pile of Bitcoin, and that's it. There are other cryptos that have that, and that's it. What I was right about is that they are using Terra USD and the Terra Luna Meltdown as ammo to create legislation and make you want that legislation. We talked about legislation yesterday, and the new legislation that Kathy Loomis has put forward for cryptocurrency. No, they want to control and tax just like they do with private property. It's the same thing. Create a problem, make you want the regulation, and then implement the regulation. Thereby, you are then chained to that regulation. And then they can go in and change and do whatever they want afterwards. That is my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. Take it with a grain of salt. As I say every once in a while on the show, it is definitely listed in the description of the video. This is not financial, tax, or legal advice. It's entertainment, educational. You take the seeds you learn here and go plant them and learn somewhere else. Hopefully this is part of your learning as well. So thank you for being part of the show today. When the stablecoin Terra USD imploded last month, an estimated $40 billion in investor funds was erased. And so far, there has been little or no accountability. Stablecoins are supposed to be less vulnerable to big swings, thus the name. But Terra suffered a spectacular collapse in a matter of days. I just explained the scenario that happened. Now, BlackRock and Citadel deny it. That's fine. They're going to. Because, plausible deniability? By which one of subsidiaries or whatever took the loan out. But they were behind that happening. Just understand. They're all in it together. They don't want you in cryptocurrency. They want the lowest price possible they can possibly get. They don't want cryptocurrency because they can't control it. So they're trying to scare the crap out of the people so that they come in and want you to want regulation, to want you to want that control. That's what happened. The Terra episode publicly exposed the truth, long known in always online crypto community for every digital currency to with staying power, like Bitcoin. There have been hundreds of failed or worthless currencies in the crypto's short history. So Terra became just the latest, coin, Bitcoin. The term used by the community, no, just the Bitcoin community, by the way, just the Bitcoin community, to describe coins that fade into obscurity. Terra's quick collapse came just as Bitcoin, and the most popular cryptocurrency, was in the middle of a decline. Oh, no. They want you to think that that was the part of it. No. See, the reason why Terra collapsed is because it was backed by Bitcoin. When somebody dumps 100,000 Bitcoin on the market, it causes a chain reaction to take place. And Terra, in order to keep its dollar peg, had to sell its Bitcoin in order to maintain that as much as possible. Like they were supposed to. They did what they're supposed to, etc., etc. But they want you to believe that Bitcoin was already falling and that it was part of this. Cause that has a decline that has wiped out nearly half of its value in a couple months. The events have served as a vivid reminder that investors, both professionals and mom and pop variety, can be rolling the dice when it comes to putting money into digital assets. This is a hit piece. And they're using Terra as the ammo. I was right. They were going to do this, and it's going to continue to do it. G7 and Davos talked about Luna and how it collapsed. It happened right before the meeting. There are no coincidences, people. They set this stuff up. They put it out there, And they make it so that way, guess what? The average Joe is going to come in here and go, yep, it needs to be regulated. I'm not touching that until it does. They're forgetting that they're playing in an unmanipulated market. It's a free market, which means if someone sells, it's going to go down. If someone buys, it's going to go up. Unlike the regular stock market, where they actually have algorithmic stuff going and running and actually trading this stuff and making the trades and making it run and pump and run and pump and run and pump. You guys and gals, if you go back to like long term on the Dow Jones, like it's had its runs, its booms, and its busts, and its booms, and its busts, and its booms, and its busts. It's the same thing, except this time it's got a big run. We'll see what happens. Bitcoin just happens to do that. It's not been around anywhere near as long. It's not any different. It booms and busts too, but it's a free market. People buy, people sell. Okay, so what? It's normal. It's a good thing. But no. After being mostly hands-off towards crypto, it appears that Washington has had enough. Oh, they have. They've had enough. They've had enough of what? Like the babysitter or the mom and dad who's had enough with disobedience and whatever. Like their mother, may I have permission to buy crypto? When are people gonna stand up and say enough? I am right now. Enough. No. Go away. You're public servants. You serve me, not the other way around. I don't want your regulation. I don't want your rules. It is already okay, fine. You can have rules on the on-ramping of projects. They have to go through some litmus test or some sort of checks and balances before a business can be launched. Just like a business can go onto the stock market, but they have to meet certain criteria. No. This needs, quite frankly, this needs to be left alone. One Democrat and one Republican, yeah, they released that proposed legislation yesterday. No. What's surprising, however, is that the cryptocurrency industry is signaling its cooperation. Politicians, crypto enthusiasts, and industry lobbyists, crypto lobbyists, all point to last month's collapse of Terra. I said they would. And its token Luna. As the possible end of the libertarian experiment in crypto. Really? They're even going to they're going to make it political. This is hilarious. Please, do me a favor. Grab this particular video, share it out everywhere. I want the politicians to see it. You know why? Because I'm sick and tired of waiting for the talking heads in this space, talking heads in any other way, to say that enough is enough from the standpoint of quit trying to control something you have no authority or grounds to do so. Blockchain technology doesn't care. Blockchain technology means that we, the people, have the opportunity right now, but we're literally about to hand the key over to the Congress that screwed everything else up for the rest of the history of this country. They want you to. It's a mind game. Do not give in. Stablecoins are typically pegged to the traditional financial instrument, like the US dollar, and are supposed to the cryptocurrency equivalent of investing in a conservative money market fund. But Terra was not backed by any hard assets. Instead, the founder, Duquan, promised that Terra's proprietary algorithm would keep the coin's value pegged to roughly $1. critics of Terra would be attacked on social media by Quan and his so-called army of lunatics. That's funny. Guys, it was backed by Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a specific thing. Guys and gals, share this out, get people to see it. I want to have conversations with these knuckleheads. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're doing. I'm not kidding when I say it. It needs to stop. All of this is happening right now, just so that you understand. This is to paint a really interesting picture right now. All this is happening right now. The World Bank slashes global growth forecast to 2.9%, warns of a 1970s-style stagflation. They want to demonize cryptocurrency as much as possible so that you don't touch it. Because very, 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 very soon, the world is going to collapse economically, and the only asset available to anybody to protect their purchasing power with ease to obtain, because gold and silver isn't easy to obtain, and land is going to be falling along with everything else. So people aren't going to be doing real estate, not at least not initially. If they are, they're going to lose. They're going to be a losing battle. No, they want you not to touch crypto because they want to get as much of it as they possibly can. You mark my words. They all hold it. They all are holding on to it. They're moving their assets into it. You know, just to put a point here, mega whales are on a Bitcoin shopping spree. Now own the largest supply of Bitcoin in a year. Bitcoin whales are steadily extending their lead over other classes of investors. New data indicates that the largest whales had the highest supply of Bitcoin in a year. In the last 20 weeks, these whales took advantage of the dip in prices and accumulated more assets. Bitcoin is going through a lull in prices, and beneath the sour sentiments, the biggest of whales are gobbling up loads of assets to increase the size of their holdings. This trend has been construed as proof among some experts that a gigantic rally could be on the way for the asset. Now, why would that happen? What would cause a gigantic rally in the asset? Well, I don't know. Stagflation? That would cause it. The World Bank on Tuesday slashed the global growth forecast and warned that many countries could fall into recession as the economy slips into a period of stagflation reminiscent of the 1970s. Global economic expansion has expected to drop to 2.9% this year from 5.7% in 2021, a 1.2 percentage points lower than the 4.1% predicted in January. The Washington-based bank said its largest global economic prospect report. So they demonize crypto. They cause an event to happen to give them ammo to go build these legislations to make it so that way you want it. Kind of like the gun control conversation. There are events that happen, God forbid, and unfortunate as they are. But it's an attempt to make you want to give, freely give, because they know they can't legally take it. They know they can't legally create legislation without your permission, without you wanting it, without you asking for it. They can't create that. They can't take your firearms, not legally. You giving them up freely, that's your decision. You giving your freedom up with crypto and blockchain technology, that's your decision. I say no. No. Share this out. Get this video as many places as you possibly can because I want to talk to these people. I'll have them on the show. I'll have a genuine, real conversation with them. This isn't how this works, people. I, for one, do not want another event happening where we have to pay taxes on property that we own, like the property taxes in most states in this country. You don't own that property. If you have the deed to your house or whatever and you own it, it's not yours. You're paying rent. You still pay taxes on that property. Why? It's yours. Why in the world would we ever want any government agency at all to tell us what to do with our money, with our property? It isn't any of their business. And if they think it is, or if they tell you it is, or if they tell you that they're going to do all these different things, it's none of their business. Blockchain technology sets humanity free from this crap. They're scared of it, and they know it is going to cause major problems for them. They don't want you touching it. Stagflation is coming. They're blaming it on everything else but the stupid money printing that they're actually doing. All while the big boys are buying more. All while they're collecting and building they're amassing their amounts of their portfolios, making it as big as they possibly can, because they know what's coming. Do you know what's coming? I know what's coming. I said that they would do this. I had connected the dots and was like, oh, that makes sense. Create the problem, talk about the problem, create the solution, and then ram it down your throat because you're going to want it. They're going to make the problem so bad that you're going to want to do it. It's the same thing with the gun argument. The whole create the problem. Yep, we want your guns. Give up your guns. Give up your guns. Give up your crypto. Give up your crypto rights. Give up your crypto sovereignty. There's a reason why the IMF went after El Salvador. There's a reason why the IMF told Brazil that they couldn't have the loan that they needed without, in writing, agreeing to demonizing cryptocurrency. There's a reason why they are scared of this. They are scared of it because they can't control it. They don't issue it. They didn't create it. Therefore, they have no authority and no legal right or standing to do anything to or with you with it. I've studied Universal Commercial Code, which is law. It's trade law. I don't know. I don't claim at all to know enough about it. But what I have understood and what I have learned and read, they really don't have any control or say so without your permission, without you freely doing it. So they create the problems, trying to make things miserable and point it out so that the normies want it. But I think the normies are aware of what's going on. Share this video to people. Get people to watch this. This is not an okay thing for it to be happening. Anyways, we're going to go down through the chat here, but before we do, consider checking out Crypto Confidential. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, and it's linked in the description of the video. It's going to help you out. Definitely helps the channel out. I really do appreciate those of you who are part of that already. Check out the Patreon. It's where I take the gloves off, dig into the nuts and bolts, early access interviews, things like that. And then if you have crypto, blockchain, technical website, whatever it is, questions, whatever, I do consultations right here. That's my company right here. Yeah, go out there, grab a consultation, even if you want to chat. It sets up there's an automated workflow that goes through and sends you a Zoom link and we have a conversation, whatever. If you're local and I know you, maybe something coffee, which I left on my other desk. Oops. All right, so let's jump through. If you guys and gals have any questions, things like that, throw it in the live chat and I'll try to address them here in just a moment. But I want to say hey to everybody. If you've gotten this far in the video, smash the likes. If you like the content in the video, definitely smash the likes. And do me a favor, like I was saying, please share it out. Realistically, the only way to get people to understand what's happening, I connect the dots on the show. I do. I've been in the blockchain and crypto space since almost the beginning. Watched it grow up. I've also studied law, economics, finance. Connect the dots is kind of what I do. I've worked on architecting different things for different projects, stuff like that. Please understand, I really know my stuff. And if I misspeak, I welcome and appreciate the correction. I don't want to mislead anyone. So you guys tell me when I'm wrong, please. But you got to show me too. I do request that if I'm wrong, please show me. So anyhow, let's go through and say hey to everybody. What's going on, Tom? How you doing? It's good to see you, brother. I greatly appreciate you being here, man. What's up, Bitcoin Bull? How are you doing? Yes, you are second. Tom is first. You are second. Busy Mountain. What's up? What's up, brother? Steaks for sure, dude. I want steaks for dinner. I'm gonna figure out something to do with that one. Fun stuff, guys. This is great. Gloria, what's up? How are you? Good morning. How are you doing today? Daddy, what's up, brother? Appreciate you being here. Open Minded Bitcoin, guys and gals. If you don't know who Open Minded Bitcoin is, he has a great YouTube channel. Go check him out. Good stuff. Great content. Love you, brother. Appreciate you being here. Kim, what's up? How are you? It's good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Joanna, what's up? How are you? Good afternoon to you. Appreciate you being here today. Well, let's see here. Who else do we got in the chat here? Yep, Tom, it's definitely a rig system for sure. Joanna, BlackRock, the same one owned by Vanguard, who are owned by the Federal Reserve, who are owned by the Vatican Bank and the blood families. She means like the Rothschild and the House of Orange and, those people, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, those families still exist and are still very in control. Go out to, actually, I'm going to share it right here so that you all have this so that you see it. Go to my website. It's linked in the description of the video, thepapajoshow.com. This is where you can find content, things like that, events that I'll be at, stuff like that. But videos that can't be listed anywhere because it will be pulled down. I do list these on the Patreon, but this particular video I put on the website here because I had a lot of people ask for it. I did list it live here on the show. I had to pull it down because of the algorithms and stuff like that. If you want to see it, go to thepapajoshow.com and have a gander at that. It's a great amount of content. Give Julie a follow. It is fantastic content that she produces. Anyways, I wanted to let you all know that that's where that's at. Right here. Let's see here. Is about this criminal behavior is what they don't want in the history books. Precisely. It's up to us to remember. Share the videos out. This is the chronological of the history. That's why I do these things. Share the video out. Get people in there. Yes, blood family equal Kazakhstan and mafia. That is very much so. Very much so. Let's see what else we got here. Manny, how you doing today, brother? Thanks for jumping in. And yes, very much so. Love it that you are here. Let's see here. Who else we got in here? We got Bitcoin Management Jim. What's up? How you doing, man? Appreciate you as always being here. Let's see here. Bitcoin Bull entered Zoom last night. Did Ben say that the USD is reflected in number of sats? Yes, it was. I actually tweeted that on Twitter and tagged Ben in it as well. I will pull Twitter up here and show you guys, gals. It's going to take me a second to pull that up. Let's see, where was that? There it is, right there. So I'll pull up the Federal Reserve website itself. Average price of eggs, grade A, large, etc., etc., etc. Use city average. Coinbase, Bitcoin. It's priced in sats right there on the Federal Reserve's website. Cool stuff. Basically, they're saying that it's too volatile to price it in it, so don't do it. But the infrastructure's there. They've now done that. Yeah, that's what you're referring to, Busy Mountain. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Let's see here. What do we have? Who else we got going on in the chat here? Cool. All right, guys and gals, I got to jump. I got a meeting that I am now late for officially. So do me a favor. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you get notifications when I go live. And also share this video out. I want to get as many views on this one as I possibly can because I really want those politicians to talk to me. I've been in this space since almost the beginning. But I have business sense, technical sense. I understand some of the legal stuff that they're doing as well. and I would greatly appreciate the opportunity to have a conversation with them. So do me a favor and help me get this out as many places as possible. You guys have a beautiful, wonderful, and a blessed afternoon. I will see you at 4:30 Eastern for the Patreon show. Unless something comes up. I don't think anything will though. But that's the plan right now. You guys have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.